Guys, this is Dane from Team Yagi, your one and only favorite Minnesota Dragon Ball Super competitive card game team. Today we're looking at a Week 1 Sun Gohan, Mono Gohan, no GT, no Broly, no Kaioken, no BS here, only Gohan because he is super cool until he stops being cool. So we're looking at the new leader from set 7. This card, probably the best solo leader just to be able to use in future sets. He can self-mill to make sure that he gets his Sparking 5 for all his other effects. He starts doing damage to yourself for Self-Awakening and does damage to your opponent. He is a Draw 2 as opposed to an Awaken in 2019 from set 7, and that is not good. But on his other side, oh man, on his other side. So standard Sparking 5 draw card when you attack. But then, whenever you use Alliance at all once per turn, you get to KO an opponent's battle card with 30 or less. And the fact that it's 30 as opposed to 20 is a really big deal, or it's not like 4 energy or less. That 30 card gets a lot of like the best cards that, like, if your opponent failed to swing, you'll just kill off their battle card to make sure that they don't get the victory next turn. But the real effect is, when you have the opportunity, you drop 3 cards and you give every red and green card 10k for the turn, which is great for Alliance and just for swinging for game, because 10k on everybody is a really big deal. It's free super combo. To start, you're going off with 4 Exalted Trio Videl. Some people like to run this at 2 and then they negate Videl at 2, and I can see both arguments. I just like to use this as a grab, because if you don't have the dependable brother Gohan when you need him, that will actually cost you the game. Right now the game is chilling at about turn 4, turn 5, games are starting to end, and that 3rd or 4th turn is really when you have to play that Gohan to win. So if you need to reach it, just spend the 1 energy and be able to grab it with Exalted Trio. And then the pair of friends, 4 Goten, 4 Trunks. I think that's kind of standard if you're going to build especially a mono Gohan deck. Kind of like they're like slightly worse tiny rivals. He bumps to 15 crit, he bumps to 15 double strike. They both come in for 1 when you have Videl in the field. So, ideal start is turn 1 Videl, grab the 1 off the top 3, and then go ahead and play him the next turn for just 1. Obviously, they're targets for a future Gohan we'll be talking about in just a moment. And then this is where I split up the numbers here. So I actually only have 3 Trunks out adventuring and 2 Goten out adventuring. They're the first green cards of the deck, and it is red-green technically. But basically, the Trunks will come in for free when you play Big Bad Boy Familial Bonds. But Goten is kind of just there that you get to draw a card and attack again. That's kind of all he does, is that he's there and he's more green. He evolves for free, so he's like 2 more swings, and then you can do whatever you have to do, especially if you get the double strike swing and then you go again. You'll be able to play him. And then we move into the start of the Gohan's 3 Helping Hand. This is the new counter attack. He basically comes in for free, or for 1 if you have Trunks and Goten, but that's really hard to do, honestly, because you want to be able to play him to use the Evolve effect, which isn't super great. He's basically just there as a red target for Familial Bonds, which we'll get into later, and then he's red Saiyan, not much else. He just has to be a 3-cost Gohan to evolve. 4 Sun Gohan, People of Hope. This card comes in so easy. You self-mill with your leader, you combo on purpose to get a Videl, a Goten, and a Trunks in there, and then you can just drop him for 1 green. And so that means on turn 2 or 3, you can be playing him because he's just really easy, and at worst, he's just a desperate last attempt to play the good boy, dependable brother, Sun Gohan. This card is actually kind of nuts. So, he evolves over a adolescent Gohan of 3, which is a little specific, but there's a lot of adolescents at 3, so it's totally fine. Double Strike, which is just neat. Double Strike 20 is just good pressure. But the real big thing is that when you combo with your other cards and you just make sure that he is the last card when he evolves, you get to draw 2 and play a free green Trunks and a free green Goten, which you get to combo into the real meat and potatoes, the game winner, Sun Gohan and Sun Goten Familial Bonds. This card has energy exhaust, just like all the other multi-energy cards, but Alliance is actually busted. You get to just put cards in rest mode, and after you've boosted with your leader, man, you can gain 50k just from your battle cards, let alone any super combos you have, or just other cards in hand to help boost. He is exasperated and made super useful by Son Goku Heavenly Salvation. He comes in for free when you have Familial Bonds in play. So he'll come down, and then the big thing is that when you tap him with Alliance, you get to stand himself back up, and you'll stand your Alliance back up, which means that you're going to swing twice for at least 54 triple strike, twice in a turn, which is absolutely nuts. You do that on turn 3, there's very little chance your opponent's actually going to survive through that. And if they do, you have a couple options. One Pan, just to, everyone knows if you're playing red, Pan is a nuts card. Double strike, 5k on everybody, barrier blocker. At this point, I think we all know. And then you can obviously play her with Familial Bonds, so that's wonderful. 3 of that Familial Bonds just to reach for the Gohans, reach for the Pans, grab another Trunks or Goten because you can add 10k to them and then alliance them for 20. So that's just a lovely, lovely combo. And then the one Food the Dark Banisher, because I think that most of the time if you're not running any Overrealm just to run it, you're kind of goofed up. Triple attack for 4. Your opponent can't activate skills without warping cards. So, it's just a really strong game ender. And he's part of the reason we have to switch our super combos, which we run 2/2 line of Roshi Goten. So Roshi is sparking, Goten is 4 life. Goten is a target for Familial Bonds because he's a red Saiyan under 15k. But important for people to know, for the green Gohan, you cannot use this Goten as a target for that because it's Son Goten BR. Don't ask me why the game creators felt that they had to make a Son Goten BR for that, but they did. And then Roshi is just, super combo, 15k draw. And then negates. This deck relies on winning kind of right in that sweet spot when everyone else wants to win, so it's a little negate heavy. 2 Unending Awakenings just boosts up your leader 5k. 15 is such a sweet spot number for Overrealm and for a lot of popular decks right now. So stopping your opponent right there and saying, hey, now I'm at 20, you have to combo to win, really strong. 3 After Images, I feel like that's no explanation. Boost yourself up really high, possibly pop a free card if they're 10k or less, maybe something super useful, and then you can obviously use it from your hand, just take a life. And then lastly, just 1, the Final Guardian. This is with the new set counter, and it might go up to 2 in the deck. I haven't really decided, but you get to negate. Your leader battle card gains 5k if you want to just protect like a random Gohan if you fail to swing or whatever else. And then you can play it from the drop 1 more time. So effectively you'll get 7 negates out of the deck. More if you use the Helping Hand Son Gohan negate, or if you play the World Mat Videl. That's basically it, guys. This card is so busted. These cards are so busted together. They win on turn 3. I just won the local today, and I built this deck at 1 a.m. last night, and I'm sure that there's a more optimized way, but this is a week 1 Mono Goten, Mono Gohan. You are just committing to this gimmick, and it's just so much fun, and you win on turn 3 or 4, and your opponent has no idea how to handle that much power coming at them at once. So with that, that's been Dane from Team Yagi, Mono Gohan. Like, subscribe, do the things, and we'll see you guys next time.